And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I don't know where to start. First of all, did you guys see the White House LGBTQ Elemental XYZ party that went off the rails immediately? The White House caught themselves banning one of the people that were involved in the crazy situation, but who didn't know that was going to happen in the beginning. It was easy to see that was going to happen. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Trump got charged with 37 counts, federal counts, relating to the whole classified documents kerfuffle out there at a federal courthouse in Miami. That was a very interesting scene. And then, of course, the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, took it upon himself to use that incident as a springboard to announce his 2024 campaign as a Republican, throwing his name in the hat to become the president with everybody else. He has no chance, obviously. Why would you vote for the mayor of Miami over the governor of Florida? I'm not really sure. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we got to talk about the Canadian Jussie Smollett. We got to talk about Major League Baseball player Trevor Williams standing up for his Catholic faith, and a whole lot more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. Thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on the internet. So if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. We got a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot of topics. Sorry I'm late. We have some internet issues, but I'm here. We all good. Hey, I know what I do. Don't blame me, blame the white man, but I'm here. You guys are fantastic. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. And yes, happy birthday to Donald Trump. He is 77 years old today. So shout out to Trump. All right. Let me just fact check myself right quick. Donald Trump birthday. Let's check it out. And that is June 14th, 1946. He is 77 years old. So shout out to the big dog, Donald Trump, on his 77th birthday today. Now, he is 4 years younger than Joe Biden. Joe Biden will be 81 years old on November 20th of this year. If Joe Biden was to be reelected, which he's not going to be reelected, but if Joe Biden was to get another term, at the end of his second term, he'd be 86 years old. Now, if Trump was to get elected, he'll be 82 at the end of his second term. So that's just what it is. But yeah, shout out to the big dog, Donald Trump, and his birthday, which is today. All righty. So big up to him. And before we even get into anything, I got to talk about my sponsors. Y'all know how it is. Shout out to PatriotPost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will be in the description, or just go to PatriotPost.us in your browser of choice. Check them on out right now. Also, go to my regular website, AnthonyBLogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. You're able to see articles for videos that I produce. So if you're ever wondering, hey, ABL, where's the full video? Where's the uncut video without you talking on it, whatever? I always see those comments. I do see those comments. Hey, no need to ask. Just go to the website and you shall receive that way without even asking. Imagine that. It's normally ask and you shall receive. There's no need to ask when the website's right there in front of your very eyes. Again, AnthonyBLogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN. And once you go to the contact page, AnthonyBLogan.com/contact, you can find my email address, my snail mail address, my social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff is right there on the contact page. And if you're ever wondering, if you're talking to me on the internet, like about Forex or some other kind of weird, random, trolly, nonsensical stuff I don't do. If you're ever wondering if you're talking to me or not, you're not talking to me. It's a troll pretending to be me, first thing. But if you really, really want to double check to see if it's me you're speaking to that is promising you $10,000 when you invest $200, if you're ever wondering if that's me or not, if the email is correct or not, just go to the website and see. If the email is NigerianScammer007@hotmail.com, a contact clue is that that's not me. But if you really want to double check to say, you know what, Nigerian Scammer 007, that could be ABL's email. I want to check. Go to the contact page of the website and see. Oh, his email is contact@anthonyblogan.com. That's not right. So be safe out here. Ain't nobody got time to get scammed in 2023, 2024, or anytime at any point in history. So be safe out here because you work hard for your money. I want you to keep it unless you really want to give it up. Okay. And I don't think you want to give your hard-earned money to Nigerian Scammer 007@hotmail.com. But anyway, I digress. We got quite a few things going on today. Quite a few things happening in the media. Where do I start? I don't want to go to the White House LGBTQ Elemental P party. I think I have some videos for you guys that I've not shown yet. Yeah, you know what? I'm not Nigerian, Bina. I'm not a Nigerian. I'm not a Nigerian today. I'm American. I'm not Nigerian. I have my passport in America. I do not have Nigerian passports, huh? Yeah, I don't scam or do nothing like that. So it is what it is. Now we got a whole lot going on. I don't even know where to start. There's so much happening. We got the whole thing with the White House and Trump in Miami. Where do I start? Let's go to some videos right quick that I want to pull up, and we can keep rocking and rolling from there. All right. Now, where do I begin here? Let's see. Oh, here's an interesting little clip about the federale, about the FBI. Now, you've heard about soy boys, right? The whole thing about soy boys, these guys eating soy, drinking soy too much, and then they get really effeminate. It's like the soy becomes the female hormone estrogen in their body. Well, how about the federales proposing the measure to replace their vehicle tires with soy-based tires rather than rubber? For real, let's hear this.
I do understand, though, that you have some exclusive news on where the FBI is really putting their effort and focus on reform, and I hope you can share that with our audience now.
Yes, I do have some moles on the inside still, and shared with me last night and this morning some documents to prove that the soy boys that are the FBI are in fact going to be converting the rubber tires on the Bureau of Vehicles to soy-based. So I guess we're seeing that the ESG has met the MPG with the FBI, and it's really just an indication of how the government has now become a subsidy program for the green industry. You know, obviously there's a mandate here that for the federal agencies to use bio green tools whenever they're available, and obviously those industries donate heavily to the Democratic Party. So this is a government subsidy to soy tires, which I'm sure will do a fantastic job. But just as a label for the FBI, I think it's very apropos.
So you heard that. So that's the thing you got to deal with. You're literally having the FBI become soy boys, literally, and is using taxpayer dollars to do so. This whole green energy thing is the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life. Oh, you heard that right, Zeladine. Look, they're going to switch out the regular rubber-based tires in their vehicles from the FBI, and they're going to go into soy-based tires. Now, I had no idea that was even possible. Soy tires. I've never heard that before in my life. How does that really work? I mean, what are we going to have next? Rock tires, dirt tires? I don't understand. I don't get it. And then my thing would be, what is durability of these things? I don't quite understand. But hey, yeah, I would assume so, Boomhauer. Like, how you going to have soy tires when it rains? One drop of water is going to pretty much finish. Like a water hose would completely disable an FBI vehicle. So I don't really understand. But that's where we are right now. It's 2023. Soy-based tires from the FBI. You heard it right there. Now, we have a whole lot to get through. I have some other articles and whatnot that we're going to show before we get down to some of the bigger issues. Hold on. So shout out to this city or this particular area in Detroit, Michigan. I don't know if it's a city by itself, but you guys that live out there in the area probably know about Hamtramck. Hamtramck, am I saying that right? Hamtramck, Hamtramck, Hamtramck. Now, from what I know, this is a largely Muslim area. A lot of Muslims live out there in that particular area, or that might be Dearborn. But I think they're kind of in the same area, right? Now, the thing about this area is that they are potentially going to ban the pride flag, which is a big step up. So you see what it says right here. This is on the Blaze. Pride flag may soon be banned from all city property in the Detroit area city after unanimous vote by city council. Everyone is already represented by the American flag. That's right. Why do we need a pride flag? It's the same reason I have with the whole pride flag, and then they want to put the black and the brown on it. It's like, what's that got to do with gay? If somebody's gay, they could be of any color. Why you got to put black and brown on there to make, see, it's not even about black and brown as far as gay. They want to put black and brown, whether they be straight or gay, with the gay movement to co-opt the civil rights movement. They want to act like the whole thing that happened in the 50s and the 60s, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the whole situation. They want to act like that was for them, but it was not for them. This is the reason why Ron DeSantis had forced edits into AP Black History courses. And before I even get into this, let me come back. All over the interwebs, people are saying that Ron DeSantis is banning Black history. I see that every single day. And this is the power of media. DeSantis is not banning Black history at all. He sent some edits to the people that have these AP Black history courses, and they had to fix it. Black history is mandatory in Florida, but let's not put LGBTQ, elemental P, X, Y, and Z into Black history, because last I checked, the LGBT has nothing to do with Black history. When I'm learning about Booker T. Washington, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Martin Luther King, Reconstruction, slavery, civil rights, when I learn about all of that, I never hear about the gay movement. That's not the same thing as Black history. So DeSantis is really being pro-Black when he does that by not having other groups co-opt that. When I learned about the history of, let's say, the United Kingdom, for example, why am I learning about a whole different country that has nothing to do with the UK? They had no interaction, no involvement, no influence, no nothing. Okay? Why? Okay, now it's about the UK. Let's learn about them. Now it's about America. Let's learn about America. Why do we put other things in there? There's nothing to do with it at all. But they want to make it look like the so-called Black struggle is the same thing as a gay struggle. But different story, I digress. Shout out to Ron DeSantis, but a lot of normies think he's going to ban Black history. He's not banning Black history. Black history is mandatory in Florida, but all the LGBTQ, elemental P, X, Y, and Z woke stuff has no place in the Black history curriculum. So let's say, for example, you're going to college, you're taking the AP Black history course, you're learning about the 1960s, 1950s, civil rights, Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, Malcolm X going to Mecca. You learn about all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, you learning about Drag queen story time. It's, you know what? Here's a great way to explain it. You're watching a good show on Netflix, and you already know you know where I'm going with this. You're watching a great show on Netflix. You happen to be sitting on your couch one day, scrolling through the television channels. You land on Netflix. You see something that catches your eye. It's a good poster for a TV series. You're about 4 episodes in. It's getting real good. You're loving the plot. It's about angels and demons and all kind of random high fantasy stuff. All of a sudden, you got a whole drag queen performance. It's like, where did this come from? It went from being about some kind of otherworldly battle to drag queen. You go from Lord of the Rings to Lord of the Drag Queen LGBT dance floor. How does that make any sense? That's what they did with Black history in Florida, and that's why we had to make sure that got changed. Anyway, let me go back to Hamtramck, Michigan. So the title, you already know, they may ban the pride flag because the American flag represents us. We don't need another flag to represent Americans. I'm going to read some of this, but not all of it. One Michigan city may soon ban the pride flag, another flag representing particular racial and/or religious groups from all government buildings and city property after resolution passed unanimously by the city council. On Tuesday evening, area residents lined up outside the door to attend the city council meeting in Hamtramck, Michigan. The city almost entirely surrounded by the city of Detroit. Local interest in this meeting was so elevated because of the resolution introduced by a council member and Mayor Pro Tem Mohammed Hassan. There you go. Hey, shout out to them. Hey, at a certain point, can I say something? At a certain point, it's going to be a religious battle because Christianity hanging on by a thread in this country, hanging on by a thread. Islam, they don't really play all the nonsense. They don't play cake. They don't bargain. It's like, look, it's my way or the highway. That's what they do. So, hey, these guys, they coming in, and what can you really say when they do stuff like this that we agree with? This is why your Andrew Tates of the world have become Muslim. They've gone down the Islamic route. You can see how this ideology can become part of society. You see why? Because there's a void that it fills. When people are not being satisfied, when their needs are not being met spiritually, personally, professionally, whatever the case may be, they seek out other things to fill the void. Here comes Islam. We don't support the LGBT. We support nuclear families. It just kind of makes, we support women that are more, chaste and they don't show themselves. That's how it happens. But anyway, local interest in this meeting, already read that. So Mayor Pro Tem Mohammed Hassan would prohibit all religious, ethnic, racial, political, or sexual orientation group flags. So no Christian, no Muslim, no Hebrew, Jewish, no this political party, that political party, nothing. The American flag and the Michigan flag. That's it. We're talking about political buildings. Once you have other things beyond your city and state, your country flags, then you go all over the place. Everybody wants their team represented. It becomes a little bit too much. Let's go down, get back to the basics. Let's have the U.S. flag, maybe the city and state flag, and that's it. Leave it right there. All right. Only the American flag, the flag of the state of Michigan, and the Hamtramck flag. Exactly. That's what I said. The prisoner of war flag and the nation's flag represents the international character of our city shall be flown. Nation's flag, that's interesting. So that means Pakistan, Afghanistan, that's very interesting. But hey, it is what it is. The meeting lasted for more than 3 hours as members of the public spoke either in favor or against resolution. Pride Month, don't put it down our throats, said Hassan Aoun, resident of Dearborn. Okay, that's where a lot of Muslims live. They call that Dearbornistan, another Detroit area city with a significant Muslim population. You can be gay by yourself. Do not put the pride flag on city property. I'm with them on that. I am with them on that. Because we see the pride flag everywhere, every single place, right? Oh, have you guys seen this video? I put it on my IG. Shout out to everybody on my IG. I'm at 99,100. I'm about to be at 100,000 pretty soon on IG. But this is a video that's pretty disturbing to say the least. So over in UK, they are raising the pride flag. And I don't know, this one is a little bit different. You know, they got the new pride flag with all the colors on it and, you know, the regular rainbow, then the black and the brown racist stripes, then the trans. But this has like a yellow with a red circle. What is that? Is that some kind of inverted Chinese Communist Party flag? I have no idea what that is, but whatever. They pretty much add everything on there. Anyway, this is over in UK, and they are removing the Union Jack and replacing it with the pride flag. There's a teeny bit of cussing here. If you got kids, cover their ears.
You're taking the wrong fucking flag down, mate. At least you know that.
So the flag hits the floor. I mean, this is crazy. This is symbolic of what's happening in the West. So they put the pride flag up. It appears to be, for you guys that can't see the video, it appears to be, you know, a city street out there in UK. And there's a few flags hanging vertically, which is something that they did in other nations. Nazi Germany, Soviet Russia. But anyway, they got vertical flags hanging, and they have 3 of the pride flags hanging vertically. And I guess the Union Jack, the UK flag, was hanging up that same way, but they replaced it. Now, they just let the Union Jack fall on the floor. It's literally on the street, on the ground. I mean, I don't know how they do over in UK, but having the American flag on the ground, that's crazy. That's totally crazy. I mean, military guys, please give me some assistance here. Isn't it even like if you are at a funeral, right? Somebody that dies in the military, or, you know, a veteran, and then they fold in the flag. If the flag is not folded properly, they got to refold it. If it hits the ground for some reason, that's a problem. Like, so this right here is just out of line. It's totally out of line. Yeah. The workers right there, I mean, they don't really care. I don't think they are as much to blame, the workers. I mean, they are, because I don't think the flag should hit the ground. Like I say, I don't know how it is over in UK, but the flag hitting the ground was just ridiculous. That was the worst part. But who was the brainiac that had that idea to replace the flags? I mean, you got to, at a certain point, look at the city council and whatnot. Okay, and speaking of flags, all right, we have something you got to look out for. Now, a lot of you guys got kids, and you let them watch educational television, right? When I was a kid, my mom put me in front of the TV for certain educational programming, right? What did I watch? Reading Rainbow, Sesame Street, things of that nature. Learning how to count was fun. The count. Remember the Count Dracula? Teaching you how to count. These were very educational programs back in the 80s, early 90s. Definitely for me, it was in the 80s. And, you know, like late 80s, that was my time to watch these things. Mid to late 80s, that was my Sesame Street, Reading Rainbow, you know, good, wholesome TV for kids, right? But now watch this. Watch this. Now, check it out. Look at this. Sesame Street. This is Sesame Street posting from their official Twitter, all right, with 1.9 million followers. It says, on our street, we celebrate inclusion, belonging, and freedom of authentic self-expression. Happy Pride Month to all the people in our neighborhood with all the different kind of colors. And you see they have a bunch of cartoony images with the brand new pride flag right there in the middle of it. Okay, Sesame Street. All right, so you thinking that you're doing a good thing. And at a certain point, it was a good thing. If you were like me, growing up in the 80s, 90s, as a little kid in the 80s, as a, going from a small kid to basically an adult in the 90s, it would have been good for my generation. But for the kids coming up now, can you watch Sesame Street? Is that a thing you can really do? I mean, that's crazy. Now, shout out to this particular account, Meme Headroom. And they pointed out a thing I didn't see before, that I've never seen this feature on Twitter. And they say, well, let's have a look behind door number 1, shall we? And what they did was they highlighted this little button right here. All right. You see the little button right there. Let's go back. You can kind of see it on this one. There's a little button right there. That button has hidden replies. So let me explain how that works. When people reply to this tweet, the original poster, Sesame Street, can hide certain replies. They can't delete them. Even if they block the person, the reply still remains, but they can hide it so you don't see it automatically. But if you go right here, then you can see the hidden replies, okay? So then some of the replies look like this, right? We can kind of see what's going on. Some really gross stuff. Nothing that's, too extra. But then you can see what they did with the flag. When you put it in a certain pattern, you know what that looks like, right? It's not too much of a thing to see. All right. And then here's a good one. A meme that shows a lion and a deer. And it says predator and his prey. And then underneath that, you have some man dressed as a woman, and he's in front of little kids, and it says a predator and his prey. Same thing, right? No difference. So those are some of the hidden replies that you can't see too much anymore. Oh, and then remember this, from the folks who paid a P-file to entertain your toddlers for 27 years. Because remember, the guy that was the puppet master behind, Elmo, that guy wound up being a pedophile. Did you know that? And he went to jail and everything. Black guy. Yep. So, I mean, they put it right in front of your face. It's a shame. The things I used to watch when I was a kid, can you watch those anymore? And maybe if you go back into the 80s and 70s and look at some of the old tapes and bring those back for your kids, they ain't gonna know no better. Your kids ain't gonna know, oh, this is not HD, 4K. They're not gonna know any better. You could put that old stuff on TV and it'll still work. You don't have to show your kids any kind of new television. And they got better children's programming that's educational nowadays. That's not so much filled all this stuff. But yeah. Oh, you didn't know about that backup? Yeah, that was a real thing. You forgot about that one. Yep. He sure did go to jail. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see if I can find an article. Elmo puppeteer jail. Oh, nah, he got cleared. Hold on. Let me see. So he got dismissed. Oh, okay. Statute of limitations. It's one of those things. So that's him right there. So he did get cleared, but it said statute of limitations. Elmo puppeteer Kevin Clash cleared of sex abuse charges. The Court of Appeals upheld a New York judge's ruling from last summer dismissing the case because of limitations. Not because he wasn't guilty, but I digress. Whatever. You already know what it is. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And where are we going to go from here? Where do we go from here? Talking about Tickle Me Elmo, all that kind of stuff. A little bit of everything going on. Yeah, I was going to show a meme, but that might be a little bit too graphic. Way too graphic. Let's keep on rocking. We got a few more non-graphic things to see. A few more non-graphic videos. Oh, here's one. I found it interesting about the car you drive. So there's a graph right here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Matter of fact, hold on. Can I just go straight to the... Yeah, there it is. Let me go right here. So there's a graph. Okay, is it going to load? There we go. there's a graph that shows what kind of, it's based on data. When they're doing polling data, when they're talking to people, this is a graph that shows what kind of car you drive compared to who you vote for. Okay, so they're asking, it's like, okay, who'd you vote for and what kind of car you drive? And you can see this graph. The way you read it is this line right here in the center, the kind of darker line. That's going to be the line of demarcation, I suppose, between the left and the right. You can see how the left, you have the blue, right, you have the red. And you have certain manufacturers of vehicles. Okay, this is having a hard time loading. But your Mercedes, Subaru, Tesla, Toyota, Ram, etc. And the higher up on the vertical you go, the higher your voter turnout is. The lower your voter turnout. And of course, if you're on the far left, you are a staunch, stomp down liberal leftist. If you're on the far right, you're a staunch, stomp down conservative. In the center, right here on this line, you're more conservative, just like middle of the road, kind of right leaning, or you could be a little left leaning. Now, what kind of car do you have and how do you vote? Now, like I said before I did the video, you pretty much know who the most leftist is going to be, who the biggest left voters are going to be by their car. Of course, it's Tesla. Of course, it's Tesla. They are the overwhelming leaders in the category, far, far left. In the biggest place with Tesla owners, guess where? San Francisco. San Fran. You know, because they make all that money. They make like $100,000 on average for a salary in San Francisco. And these cars are not cheap. They're not cheap to maintain when they go bad. You get a battery that goes bad, it's a Tesla, good luck with that. You're going to be spending all the money in the world to fix it. Excuse me. Mercedes is also a pretty leftist vehicle, according to the data. BMW, Subaru, Audi, Lexus, Mazda, Volkswagen, Land Rover, Acura, Honda, Nissan, Infiniti. But Nissan and Infiniti are the same thing. They're made by the same company. And they have the lowest voter turnout out of all, Nissan and Infiniti. But the highest turnout, you have Mercedes, Subaru, Tesla, BMW, Lexus. They got the higher voter turnout. Now, once you go to the right, you're going to see something interesting right here. You're going to see the Volvo, Cadillac, Lincoln. They have the higher voter turnout out of all the red. Now, what I know about them is that these people are your older generation. These are your mamas and your papas driving Volvos, Cadillacs, Lincolns. Some may have Lincolns. You might have to see a 25-year-old in Lincoln Town Car, maybe, but for the most part, that's going to be your papas and whatnot, right? Somebody says, where is Honda? Honda is right there under the Volkswagen circle. So it's a bunch of things right here under the Honda, but it is on the left. Okay, so Honda's right there on the left. It's kind of like center left. And that big circle right there up under Volkswagen, that's where the Honda is. And you also have Volkswagen, Honda, Land Rover, and Acura right here in this little circle. Okay, but up here, these are like the older generation, your papas and your meemaws and whatnot. They're going to drive your Lincolns and your Cadillacs and your Volvos. Okay, my granddad had two Lincolns, an old school Lincoln. He called it Big Red. Shout out to Big Red. And then he had a newer Lincoln that was like a forest green with that butter interior. Oh, it was beautiful. That car was beautiful. I think my cousin still got that car. When my granddad passed, he gave my cousin that car. It was a beautiful car. So yeah, shout out to my cousin. I ain't gonna say your name, but you still got that car. Hey man, beautiful car. But that's the older generation. Now right here you have Toyota. That's me. I'm a Toyota guy all the way around. And do you think this is accurate as far as representation of your political ideology? Do you think that if you are a Toyota owner, you think you kind of center right, center of the road, you're not really far right, far left? How do you feel about yourself? Now, some may think that you are a far right person, but are you really? And Toyota, you got to understand, this is going to be a big group of types of cars. If you were to break Toyota down into compact, mid-size, full-size, it'd be all over the place. if you just had the compact, like the Corolla Camry, it'd be right here, kind of further left, because you got a lot of women that drive those exclusively, and they tend to vote more liberal. But if you're talking about the Toyota trucks, the Tundra, maybe even the Taco, they're going to be a little bit over here. They're going to be over in the Ram and GMC and Ford territory. Over here, the Ford, Ram, GMC, the further right, these are all trucks, big trucks. Shout out Cold Chamber, big truck. Okay, the Ram 2500, the GMC, the Ford F-150, 250, 350, the dualies, all that good stuff. They're going to be over there. Your Chevy trucks, your SUVs, all that is going to be on that side. Me personally, I have a Toyota Camry and a Tundra, the big truck. Gotta have it. And then down a little bit, you have the Kias and Hyundai. Now, these two cars are pretty interesting because those are the cars that are getting stolen at a neck break pace because of the little feature. You could just take an iPhone charger and start it up. Has that been patched yet? I don't really know. But it got so bad, like in Georgia and Atlanta specifically, you couldn't even get insurance on those cars. If you had a brand new car that was a Kia or a Hyundai, you couldn't even get insurance policy on it because it getting stolen so much because it have no security on it. You know, people were putting the club on their vehicles to stop the car from being stolen. Man, you had these young boys in there with chainsaws, cutting the club off, iPhone chargers. They would do all of that. I saw one video of the Kia boys where they stole a Kia and they left the club in the car. You know, the club, the wheel lock, they left that in the car. Like, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. Good luck. All right. So, and then down low, you got Mitsubishi, Pontiac, Jaguar, and then Dodge. Now, Dodge is kind of interesting because I thought it might be a little bit further over to the left because you see, in Atlanta, it's different. If you go to certain places, your Dodge Charger, Challenger, these are going to be driven by a lot of, hood guys, smoking weed, all kind of stuff, black guys, in Atlanta. But up here, you got white people, black people, but it's mostly white up here that drive the Dodge. I don't mean to be racist, but it's just depending upon where you are, you have not the same demographic driving these kinds of cars. It's weird. It's really weird. But I figured that might be a little bit more on the liberal side. But no, that's over here. And it's probably because of do they have trucks? Are there Dodge trucks? I mean, I suppose they do, but I'm not really a Dodge guy. All I see from Dodge is the Hellcats and Scat Packs and whatnot. That's all I really see. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, low voter turnout. That's something that you got to notice because remember, down here, you're dealing with low voter turnout. Mitsubishi, the absolute lowest. Who has a Mitsubishi in 2023? If you have an old car, I suppose, maybe you have Mitsubishi, but a brand new car, that's crazy. Rams Dodge truck. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, wait a minute. I got you. Thank you. Yeah, Rams Dodge truck. But they separated it. See, they put the Ram over there. That's weird. So I would presume this would just be your Hellcat, Scat Packs, your Charger, Challenger. But then again, what I also notice is in Georgia, they have Chargers for police vehicles. Nice looking cars. I'm not sure how fast they are, but they look nice. They're beautiful cars. You get pulled over, you be like, hey, that's a nice car pulling me over. You're going to appreciate that. All right. But that's what that is. 786 Charger, a recent Tesla, and still running an 89 Toyota pickup. Hey, those Toyota pickups last forever. I said it before. My dad had a white Toyota pickup, like an 82, 83. He bought it for like $5,000 or something, some small amount of money in cash. Low amount of money back in the early 80s, and it had no features, no power steering. It probably didn't even have no anti-lock brakes on it. Nothing. But it lasted for forever. My uncle still had that truck as recently as like 2015, I think. He had it for a long time. like 30 something years, that truck was still going. I think the odometer flipped over and it was still rocking. All you got to do is put tires on it, put the oil in it for the most part, and you get to go. Timing belt here and there, but beyond that, they run so well. Yeah, about 6 bands exactly back up. $59.95 back in 1982, and that thing was running forever. Vinny the Pooh says we have police Corvettes in Canada now. Wow, not Corvettes. That's got to be a crazy taxpayer burden right there. But hey, I might have to be an officer in Canada. Yeah, go to Toronto and become an officer, get the Corvette, and drive that around. That'd be fun. But I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right, let's keep on rocking here. We got quite a few things to talk about. Speaking of Canada, that's a great segue into my next thing. Did you guys see the Canadian Jussie Smollett, or the guy that appears to be going down that direction? Now, we all know Jussie Smollett, we know the whole story. Fake hate crime, the Africans, this is MAGA country. We know the whole story, right? But this guy, Joe Harden, not James Harden, the basketball player, Joe Harden, he was trying to do something similar. So let me just go to this video right here. All right. Matter of fact, I need to give you the full story with tweets and everything to go with it. Okay. So check it out. Hold on, let me get a little bit. I got a little scratch in my throat right quick. So Joe Harden is an MPP in Canada. These are the equivalent of our state reps, not U.S. reps, which is local reps. So you have your senators that go to D.C. He's like a senator that stays in the state. You see what I'm saying? A local rep, that's him, for Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So let's go back up. There's a video right here from this person, Luc Lebrun. Shout out to the French Canadians. He says this is absolute madness. The far-right mob is not even at a school anymore. They're standing in the middle of a residential street in Westboro chanting nonsense in the direction of random homeowners to leave our kids alone. Random nonsense, huh? So that's them. Okay, you have an out-of-control raging protest, right? Out of control. People are fighting. It's a melee. Sarcasm, anyway. So that's the video right there. And then he says, the MPP, Joe Harden, says, and punch people in the face. But I'll take a punch for queer and trans youth any day. And he posts this picture right here of his face, like, hey, I got punched in the face, guys. He's shifting his face so you can see the little boo-boo right there. You see the little boo-boo on up under his eye, right next to his nose, on the right side of his face. He is saying that he got punched in the face. But the problem is that did not happen. And if it did happen, it's not the way he's trying to make it be. Now, his face, the way he's making it kind of scrunched up is like he just got punched right there. Like one of them cartoon anime punches where your whole face gets mushed in. Like a fist the size of his whole head just hit him right there in the side. And then all of that right there just got pushed from one spot to another. But that's not what happened. We have video. Now, he was out there with a megaphone at this particular thing. Now, what I got told was that this was a protest organized by someone out there in Canada. I think it was Billboard Chris. And it was a protest against the indoctrination of children into the whole trans ideology. So you had those that were against trans ideology in children and those that were for it. Now, I don't know what kind of guy you got to be in favor of trans children Well, I do know. His hard drive has got to be illegal. His hard drive has got to be illegal anywhere on God's green earth. But different story. I digress. So he's out there wearing the full regalia. He has on the trans LGBT blazer. Okay. Where'd you get that from? AliExpress anyway. He has on the full regalia and he has a megaphone. He's holding like pressed to his face and his mouth and his chin and his nose. So this right here is the whole boo-boo incident. Let's take a look and you're going to see it. All right. So you see what's going on right here. Let's try to zoom in. You see that right there at the top right corner of my screen. So the megaphone is like all up in his jaw and his tooth and his nose. And one part of it has some kind of jagged edge. I'm not sure what that is. I have no idea. But the way he's holding it is right by his eye, right where the little boo-boo was. So all it's going to take is for him to just move the wrong way with the megaphone, and that jagged edge is going to be right there in his face. It's going to cut him. Let's keep on watching. So then right there, you see that? Did you miss it? Okay, let's go back one more time. Boom, that's it. That is what caused the little boo-boo on his face. Now, he's saying that he got punched. Where's the punch at? Then he said, oh, well, see, what had happened was somebody, I was out there and then I turned over and then I got punched. But the megaphone took the majority of the blow. Really? So the megaphone got punched and then as a result, you got punched? Make that make sense. What happened was he probably just made a mistake and just dug the megaphone into his face and got a little boo-boo, a scratch at best. Okay, a scratch at best. Getting punched does not do that to you. Okay, a little straight line, that's not what a punch does. But a straight line does come when you get this little jagged edge right there in your eye. And even if somebody did come by and mush you with the megaphone or punch you, or you put it right here. So it's like, man, if I got my phone a skosh from my face and then the phone hits me and then I get cut, how I'm going to say, oh, somebody hit me with the, it's like, I had it right there. It's my fault. David Hughes says, the bullhorn yelled, this is MAGA country. Hilarious. Hilarious. But yeah, simply put, this guy did not get punched, but he said, I'll take a punch for queer trans youth any day. Really? I bet you would take a punch. You probably take something else too, but I don't want to go down that road because we got little kids watching, but I digress. So yeah, it's always a hate hoax, and it's always so ridiculous and easy to snuff out. Always. And it's to the point where if there's a real hate crime or anything that's against somebody, anybody going to believe it? Why should I believe what you say when there's a documented history of you guys lying about stuff like this all the time? Did he get pummeled later on? Did he get beat down later on? I've not heard about that. Can we look into this? I'm gonna look him up right quick. Joe Harden, not James Harden, the basketball player. All right, let me see. I don't see too much here. Hold on. I'm seeing more video. Nothing. He's just out there chilling with his little LGBTQ elemental P blazer, and ain't nothing else going on. Okay, ain't nothing else happening. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. No. I don't want to show that one. That ain't what I wanted to see. I thought that was something else. But yeah, it ain't nothing going on. It was really simple. It was nothing burger. But they always do that. They always take things and make it be someone says it's not. It's the same thing they do with the Ron DeSantis talking about always trying to ban Black history. No, he's not. But when the media say a thing over and over and over and over again, it becomes just what it is. And it's not too much more. All right, so we got a video right here of Joel with the megaphone.
Trans kids!
Protect trans kids!
We will protect trans kids! Because we love trans kids!
Now you hear that noise in the background. It's much louder in person than it is right now. And he's blaring that right in somebody's ear. That's not Joel doing that. That's one of his Antifa homies.
We will protect trans kids! We will...
Do you see these guys? They all look like, if you search their hard drive, you're going to find the most disgusting things on planet Earth. You could pretty much put them in the penitentiary right now. Okay, Minority Report, you don't even got to do no AI, no technology. Look at their face. You guys right here, you're at a pro-trans kids protest looking like that. It don't take a rocket scientist to add 2 + 2 and get 4, okie dokie. I know your hard drive is completely filthy. Let's be all the way real right now.
Protect trans kids! Because we love trans kids!
Why are you pushing me?
He appears to be very like he's the one that's starting the aggression.
Because we love trans kids! We will protect trans kids! We will...
Yeah. So that's pretty much what's going on with your man, the Canadian Jussie Smollett. Hey, that jacket, that jacket is crazy, ain't it? Man, oh man. Yeah, you're talking about a fashion faux pas. I could never. That ain't it right there. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And where are we gonna go next? Where shall we go? Let's talk about. We're gonna keep on the LGBT and move away with the White House. So we all saw the White House party, right? The White House party, and they had the people up there exposing themselves. Now, I'm not going to show any express. I'm not going to show too much. I'll put it to you that way. I'm gonna be as PG as possible. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me just do it this way. Matter of fact, this is perfect. Let's do this. I'm gonna show you a thumbnail of what happened, and then because the thumbnail is censored, okay? Now, here's my thumbnail that I did, and my face right there, that's how I felt when I was gonna make the video. Now, this picture is on the south lawn of the White House. And let's be clear, this is inside the White House. It's not something outside the White House that's not sanctioned by them. This is what the White House themselves organized. It was an LGBTQ Elemental P event at the White House on the South Lawn, okay? Right by the Truman balcony, all of that, South Lawn, this is them. What you're seeing right here on the right-hand side are two people. One's a man, one's a woman, but they are playing as the other people. So the person on the left, that's a biological woman. Hormones, double mastectomy, all that kind of stuff. Now, this person has their whole shirt off on the South Lawn of the White House, flexing. And what you see in the uncut picture is mastectomy scars. They call those top surgery scars. And as I said before, they're trying to appeal to children, and we know why. So they'll say things like top surgery and bottom surgery, rather than saying what it actually is, the term in science. But they'll say believe in science, trust in science. But when it comes to things like this, top surgery. Ridiculous. Anyway, so you see the scars right there up under the breast to appear more masculine or whatever, breast removal. Now, this person right here is a man, okay, and they got breast implants. Now, the person was covering their nipples up on the White House on the South Lawn, and it was another guy to this person's left that also had mastectomy scars, and they were all doing all the, so they all had their shirts off and stuff like that at the White House. Now check it out. That person, like the trans, this guy right here with the breast got banned from the White House. Got banned afterward. Now let me see if I can find that article right quick. Let me see. Trans influencer. Yeah, barred from the White House. So let me check it out. Hold on. So here's an article right here. White House bans disrespectful topless trans influencer Rose Montoya. All right. So yeah. Now here's my thing. Why would you ban a person afterward? You knew what was going to happen before. You bringing on these people. They got social media followings. They probably got an OnlyFans and everything else. You know what you're doing. Why would you bring them there? And then when they do something like that, be like, okay, now we're going to ban you. Because remember, the White House said, we're bringing decency back to the White House. Decency. Did we just see decency right there on the South Lawn? Was that decent? Okay. There's your man, Joe, with Rose. I'm sure he got a good whiff of that hair. Okay. Boy or no boy. See, he's within hair width distance. That's him and him right there. Okay. Him and him. Dumb and Dumber, freaking frack. Thing one, thing two. So let me just read some of this right here. So they blast the stunt as inappropriate and disrespectful. So this person is 27 years old, and they got barred from the White House on Tuesday as footage went viral of him pulling his shirt and cupping his breast moments after meeting Biden on the South Lawn at a pride party on Saturday. In statement to the Post on Tuesday, White House spokesperson said she flouted basic etiquette, or he flouted basic etiquette, and is persona non grata at future events. This behavior is inappropriate and disrespectful for any event at the White House. But like I said, you knew what it was going to be from the beginning. Why act like you're so surprised now? Come on. The movement with the whole trans and stuff like that, it's about one particular thing. So, of course, they're going to do that at the White House. Come on. So that's the picture right there with another person on the other side. I'm not going to show that, but that's what is going on. Okay, let me just skip past that. And that's the person right there again. And there it is. These lip fillers, though. Look, listen to me now. Listen close. These lip fillers, I don't care if you're male, female, whatever, biological, it don't matter, man. These things look nasty. You look like Mo Sislak from The Simpsons. You look like you done had an allergic reaction. You look like Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. You do not look good. Your teeth are all over the place. You know, but a better thing to do rather than breast implants and lip fillers would have been to get some teeth fixed, because you got your lip fillers looking like it's a mess, and then the teeth is like part of the lips. It's a lot going on, man. It's nasty. Okay, I think I'm done with that particular picture right there. So yeah, the White House banned that person, but there shouldn't have been no invite. You know what they were going to do. And the person responded before the ban, I believe, but they responded to the backlash of the picture of the nudity or whatever. Let's check it out if you hadn't seen it.
It has recently come to my attention that conservatives are trying to use the video of me topless at the White House to try to call the community groomers.
The voice is giving baritone. You sound like Barry White in the voice. Can I get a little bit more femininity coming up or nah?
Etc. And I would just like to say that, first of all, going topless in Washington, D.C. is legal. And I fully support the movement in freeing the nipple, because why is my chest now deemed inappropriate or illegal when I show it off? However, before coming out as trans, it was not.
Okay, I've had enough of this particular person. But yeah, that's how they operate. They want to, everything's about sex all the time. They say it's about, it's just about who we want to love. We want to be free. It's always sex all the time. Okay, taking your shirt off, showing yourself, getting naked. That's what it's about, man. And it's ridiculous. But yeah, the White House, they are to blame for that. They want to try to ban this person now, it shouldn't have got invited to begin with. You know what I mean? If I invite a wild animal to a party, like if I have a party full of sheep, right? And then I invite a wolf from the wilderness, and then the wolf eats all the sheep, I'd be like, oh no, the wolf ate the sheep. No, I knew that the wolf would eat the sheep. That's my fault. You can't be like, oh yeah, you're banned now after they already ate all the sheep. It's so dumb, but whatever. Yeah, the nose rings, the lip fillers, all that, man. It's just a mess. It's a mess, man. It doesn't look good, you know. And to talk about just that for a minute, I think a lot of people, especially like actual girls, are being kind of confused by social media, TikTok and stuff like that. They when they get lip fillers and all kind of weird stuff, and they just don't look right, man. They look like monsters. You getting into the point of Wacko Jacko, Lil Kim, you know, a lot of these Hollywood celebrities. Like, you know what? The final face is when you getting into Hollywood and the surgery. Can I show it right quick? It's not anything that's gross. This is wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna show this. I don't know why he was doing this, but he would come out looking crazy. So The Weeknd, the singer, for a while, he was coming out looking like this, with bandages and whatnot on his face. He would be doing performances like this, and it's like, what's going on? What are you doing? Are you okay? All right. And then he would come out looking like that. Now, that's not how he really looks. I'm going to show you his face in a minute. This is prosthetics. It's not his real face, but this is what they do in Hollywood. Okay, they get these cheek fillers, nose jobs, and the nose look crazy. It's all over the place. The lip fillers, they get all that kind of stuff done to their face. That's a Hollywood face. It's a lot of guys in LA look just like that. And I think what he was doing, in my humble opinion, it was a parody of what Hollywood does to you. Okay, that's what goes on. Now let me show you his real face. All right. I'm gonna show you his real face. All right. Let's get a regular picture. Okay, there we go. That's it. There we go. That's better. So that's his real face right there. All right. Ethiopian guy from Toronto. All right. So that's his real face. But in Hollywood, they'll tell him, oh, you got to get lip fillers, you got to get cheek fillers, and you got to get your forehead and all that lengthened up. Get one of these big 15-foot Irish guy foreheads, and boom, looking like that. That's how it does. So yeah, my message to anybody out there, please don't do all the surgery. You don't look right. Just go to the gym. If that ain't working out, then hey man, it is what it is. Yeah, a BBL next, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's men that get BBLs. You know, I'm right here in Atlanta. Well, I live close to Atlanta enough. And I've heard about men getting BBLs, like men getting their butt adjusted. That's the best way I can say it without getting too graphic. And they say that the BBL surgeries are as dangerous as open heart surgery as far as the mortality rate. A BBL has the same mortality rate as open heart surgery. It's crazy. I said, you can unsee that? Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. If I saw it, you got to see it. Okay, but we're in this together. We are in this together. So if you have nightmares, I'm going to have nightmares too. So you are, okay, I ain't going to start singing, but you're not alone. All right, and let's keep on rocking here. We have more to get through. We got to get to the Trump, the Trump, is it an indictment, federal charges, or whatever out there in Miami? We know what's going on with Trump and the charges. It's because he's running. This is the Biden DOJ keeping Trump from being able to campaign effectively. It's not even about trying to get him locked up, because really there shouldn't be any charges. Even if he did something wrong, there shouldn't be any charges. Remember 2016, what James Comey said about Hillary Clinton? Now, if you don't remember, can I just read something to you right quick? Straight from the FBI's website, if you don't mind. So the FBI put out a statement right during election time. This is July 5th, 2016. We're now in 2023. I didn't forget. Did you forget? I didn't forget. This is burned from my memory. It's many years ago, but I remember. Now, remember, Trump was running up against Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton had the whole email scandal, Huma Abedin, Anthony Weiner, Bleach Bit, Blackberries, all that. Remember? The server in their house. And this was Secretary of State. This was not a president. So why do you have classified documents? You have no authority to have that kind of stuff just at your crib or, you know, in unsecured ways. Now, James Comey put out a statement that says, although there's evidence here, we're not going to charge her because no reasonable prosecution would take the case forward. Remember that? He said that in a statement right here on the FBI's website. He said it on TV during the 2016 election. Okay, he said it. He was like, yes, there is evidence here of her doing things that could be charged, but we're not going to go forward. But when it comes to Trump, you just throw it out the window. And why didn't they want to do it back then? Because it would have been the precedent. Okay, it's unprecedented to charge a former president with federal charges over things like this. But then once it did with the whole Stormy Daniels thing, see, they made Alvin Bragg be the first guy to set the precedent. Once that happened, then, okay, now let's get them on everything. Let's ticky-tack classified documents and the stuff in Georgia, Stormy Daniels, ridiculous, dumb stuff that won't go anywhere, okay? But he'll be tied up in court, spending money and time and resources and energy on court action rather than being out there on the campaign trail. That's what's happening, in my opinion. But here's a statement. Let me get to it right quick. Let me see if I can find it. What did he say? It was, let me see. Okay, here it is, right here. Let me see if I can just, yep. He says, although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment, this is from the FBI now, from Jim Comey himself, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. Prosecutors necessarily weigh a number of factors before bringing charges. There are obvious considerations like strength of evidence, especially regarding intent. Responsible decisions also consider the context of a person's actions and how similar situations have been handled in the past. What does that mean? That means we're going to not charge this based on lack of precedent. This case is not enough to set a precedent. That's what they're saying right there. Okay? It's simple. It's simple, right? Again, this is right there on FBI.gov. I'm not making it up. This is straight from the FBI, straight from James Comey. He said this on TV. Okay? It was a press briefing. He said it right there on television. But now, our judgment, the FBI's judgment, that's right, butthead. Okay, so why was that the case back in 2016, talking about Hillary Clinton, giving her a free pass on the whole emails thing? They said it right there. There is evidence to charge, but let's be reasonable. Ain't no precedent. Ain't nobody really going to do that. That's not really what we're going to do. We're giving it a pass. Joe Biden has an ongoing documents investigation, but then we turn to mainstream media. What are they going to say? Oh, the cases are different. How do you know that? They are still investigating. How are they going to say the cases are different when there's still an investigation going on? Matter of fact, hold up. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Biden classified documents investigation. All right. So let me see. This is from, let me just get the ads out of the way right quick. This is from June 8th, 2023, a few days ago. All right, NBC, I don't want all these ads. But you see it right here. Biden classified documents investigation shows few signs of wrapping up soon. probes related to Pence and Trump's handling of classified documents have reached or appear to reaching their ends. Biden, meanwhile, hasn't been interviewed, sources said. So Biden has not even been interviewed yet. His investigation as far as classified documents, that they said were classified documents in the garage. We saw that on videotape with the garage and the Corvette in the boxes. We saw that right there. They said that Trump did not have his documents stored properly in the bathroom and in some random room at Mar-a-Lago, but they're more secure than having them in your garage with a little lock that can easily be picked or no lock at all. You can see straight through the garage. It's documents right there. You can have anybody come onto their property and just go inside the garage and take documents out. There's no security there. And Biden cannot have these documents at all because he was not given that privilege. If you're the president, you have the privilege of being able to classify up under that act. I forget what it's called. I know what it's called. You have the right to classify documents taken from the White House, but you don't have the right to take them at all if you're not the president. You got to be the president. So you can't be Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. You can't be Senator or Vice President Joe Biden. So automatically there should be an investigation, but there's nothing, or they slow walking it. And then the media will say, oh, well, they're different cases. How do you know that when we're not even done with the investigation? You're just making an assumption because you know that they're going to treat Biden differently than Trump. As simple as that. Oh, they're dragging them feet, Bob. They're dragging their feet for sure. Yeah, because they don't want Biden to get in any kind of trouble before the election. What they want to do is drag the investigation to beyond the 2024 election. And if they're going to continue with the investigation, it'll be during when the next person is in office, if it's not Biden. And if it is Biden, maybe they'll pull the trigger when he's in office, but they will have Kamala Harris come and take the place because they know, regardless of what Biden, well, you know what they might want to do, what they might want to do. And I don't mean to be morbid or any kind of way threatening, but what they might want to do is go ahead and just keep on investigating until he croaks. It's like, look, man, you don't got much time left. Tick, tick, tick. Your clock is ticking. You about to expire anyway. But keep on just extending and extending and extending until you just perish or you got to retire or whatever the case may be. You saw there was a root canal emergency recently. Yeah, hold on. He had an emergency root canal just randomly. It's like, okay, he had to postpone a meeting for a root canal. Let me see if I can find it. There it is, right here. So check it out. Biden, root canal forces Biden to postpone meeting with NATO chief. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, said President Biden was doing just fine after the procedure. Have you ever seen that before? Okay, you got to go get a tooth fixed like immediately. What part of the game is that? This man is decrepit. I'm talking about crypt keeper status, just falling apart. And it won't get any better as time progresses. So they know that if they keep elongating the process and they never end the investigation, he might just expire before it's finished. So then there's no need to actually conclude it. If they, just say, oh, there's nothing there. If he's not in office anymore or if he's deceased, it don't even matter. That's my thought process. Yeah, so, hey, shout out to Biden being Methuselah out here in these streets. It's crazy. Now, let me see. Do we have more? Or we got more. We got more from that particular situation right there. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. I mean, tremendously. All right. Now, where are we going to go? Okay, we got some videos from when Trump went to the courthouse, and then when he went to the Cuban cafe called Versailles. It says it's the most famous cafe in the world, or at least in Miami, Florida. And shout out to Miami. I like Miami a lot. Miami is like an extension of Cuba, but it's always good vibes when I go down there. Always good people. Yeah, I like Miami a lot. If I was to move to a big city, it'd be Miami or Atlanta, somewhere in the Southeast. That's my comfort zone. I like visiting West Coast. But I'm cool on living there. And when I say, well, I don't mean the West Coast, really. I mean Phoenix, Arizona. I like going out there. But beyond that, I'm cool. I'm good. Let me stay on the Southeast. Let me go to Atlanta, Jacksonville, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, back in Virginia Beach, Raleigh-Durham, Winston-Salem, Greenville, Charleston, South Carolina, Alabama, Texas. I like Texas a lot too. Houston, Dallas. Yeah, maybe even as far as El Paso. I like El Paso. El Paso is cool too, but now we get the border wide open. That's a no-go. I ain't trying to get kidnapped by no cartel in El Paso, which is crazy because El Paso is a cool place, great people, down to earth, hardworking, and then they got the border wide open. And when I was there a few years ago in El Paso, I was asking about the border, like, hey, is it dangerous? It was like, nah, people understand that we got a good thing here in El Paso. Now in Juarez, it's different. It's violent, it's dangerous, it's poor, but they understand to not let the two cross. But now we have the cartels doing whatever they want to do, illegal aliens flooding the cross. So now that safety is kind of dwindling, and it's really sad for El Paso. Like I said, it's great people out there. I loved El Paso. I like to go back, but I don't want to get kidnapped by no cartel just hanging out at a Mexican restaurant or a bar or something like that, minding my business, right? Exactly, NKM. Arizona is California light. Yeah, I like California. That's why I say Arizona, that's about as far as I want to go. Okay. California, I'm cool. And California is also a beautiful place. Not LA though. LA, disgusting. The ground floor, it's Mexico. LA on the ground is like Mexico with America. I can't explain it. It's just too much going on. It's just too much going on. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. You know, I can't do the snow, Sir Hunter, a lot. The snow and me are not friends. When I was in Virginia, for most of my life, it didn't really snow too much. But toward the enemy staying there, it snowed all the time. And one time I got stoned for 3 days. I was living in an apartment and I had like a regular sedan. And it didn't even matter if I had a sedan or a truck. It didn't do any shoveling, any snow plowing in my subdivision. Because where I lived, it was like off the main street. So yeah, the main street and then another street that was like some houses and whatnot. You can go all the way back and there was more houses. And then I live off of a street that'll take you into some apartments. And they didn't pave any of that, or they didn't plow any of that, pardon me. But they plowed the main street. So you couldn't go anywhere for like 3 days. I don't like that. I don't like that. I like snow when it's just like you see it in the sky, it sticks to the ground for like 20 minutes and then it's melted. I like that. All right. Shout out to San Diego. Shout out to Dago. It's beautiful out there. Hey, you guys got a little bit of issue going on too with the border coming across with Tijuana. Okay, but I think the issue was worse in Mexico because it's right there. Tijuana's only the big city that's right there on the coast, but Texas, they got everything right there. It's a lot going on. All right, but we have more. Let's show what Trump said. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me just load these videos up. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Okie dokie, here we go. Let's see what Trump said after the court appearance in Miami, Florida at the Federal District Court.
Thank you, everybody. Really nice. Thank you.
How did it go?
I think it's going great. Okay, I think it's a rigged deal here. We have a rigged country. We have a country that's corrupt. We have a country that's got no borders. We have a country that's got nothing but problems. We're a nation in decline, and then they do this stuff. And you see where the people are. We love the people, and you see where they are. You see the crowds. and everything else. We have a country that is in decline like never before, and we can't let it happen. I'm going to make a little speech tonight in Bedminster, and I hope you're going to be there.
Can you start tomorrow?
You're going to be there. You can come too if you want, okay? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So Trump has people still. They love Trump. Shout out to Trump. And then here they sing for his birthday. And I got to ask a question. Do you think that this was done out of spite to have this whole thing happen right before his birthday? I mean, if they would have done it right on his birthday, that'd have been a little bit too obvious. But to do it the day before is like spiteful. It's like, yeah, we're not going to do it right on your birthday. We'll do it one day before. This really is just, in my opinion, political harassment. You're abusing the power of the system. It's a mess. But let's hear what the people are saying for Mr. Trump.
Some birthday. We got a government that's out of control.
We need a little bit some rhythm, some vocal classes in here, because you got some singing happy birthday and then they applaud and then some are starting to sing it again. Let's get on one accord, shall we? Let's get on one tune with happy birthday.
What a great group of people. What a great group. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Yeah. But they tried their best, and he's loving it. Shout out to Trump for just, embracing all the love that he was getting from the people out there at Versailles Cafe in Miami, Florida. Now, he spoke in New Jersey after the Miami, Florida kerfuffle, and let's hear what he says. RP headphone users.
Today we witness the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country. Very sad thing to watch. A corrupt sitting president had his top political opponent arrested on fake and fabricated charges of which he and numerous other presidents would be guilty. Right in the middle of a presidential election in which he is losing very badly. This is called election interference and yet another attempt to rig and steal a presidential election. More importantly, it's a political persecution like something straight out of a fascist or communist nation. This day will go down in infamy, and Joe Biden will forever be remembered as not only the most corrupt president in the history of our country, but perhaps even more importantly, the president who, together with a band of his closest thugs, misfits, and Marxists, tried to destroy American democracy.
Very well said. I mean, he held no punches right there. He held no punches, didn't hold anything back. That was right on point. That was 100% accurate. 100%. All right. Now, do I have more here? Here are some people. This right here is an example of Trump derangement syndrome. Okay, you guys know what that is, TDS? People that are so crazy over Trump, they just have lost their minds completely. They have lost their minds. Now, this person got hemmed up by security because he tried to step in the street and block Trump's motorcade. Now, this guy appears to be old as dirt. And look at what he's wearing. Check it out. This guy is screaming, lock him up. He appears to be very old. He has on one of these old-timey jumpsuits. I mean, I feel like they were wearing this back in the slavery days. Like after slavery was over with and they had Reconstruction and whatnot. Matter of fact, hold on. Like this suit is so old. I mean, good grief. Hold on. Yeah. Matter of fact, it's like, sir, how far are you going to go back, man? Like, do we still wear these outfits It's 2023. Do we still wear these outfits? I'm seeing guys in the penitentiary wearing regular stuff, sweatpants, Jordans, all that. Okay, rosary beads in Boston, sweatpants, Jordans, jewelry, you name it. Cell phones. I saw guys in prison with pit bull puppies in their cells. These guys in jail living life as like it's golden. Regular inmates. I ain't talking about Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg. I'm talking about ain't no club fair. I'm talking about regular prisoners being there doing calisthenics, raising dogs, cooking pizza, watching TV, all of that. Cell phones. They be on TikTok. You have guys in the penitentiary that are doing TikTok dances. For real. Like real talk. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back to your man still stuck in 1905. That's hilarious. Monopoly convict garb is hilarious. Oh, nah, hold on. Matter of fact, you guys hit it on the head. Hold on. Yeah, you guys hit it on the head. it's this man right here. The size and everything. Hold on. Your man. There he goes. That's him right there. We found him. The Hamburglar. Now, do they still have the Hamburglar? Is he still part of the McDonald's universe, or was he deemed to be too offensive? Okay. Is the Hamburglar still around? Okay, maybe they got triggered. I don't know. But that's him right there, the Hamburglar. So, yeah, the sound's kind of low on this. I don't need the sound, actually. I can turn the sound off. But they had to arrest this old man with Trump derangement syndrome. This guy done spent too much time on Facebook. Too much time getting offended. Like, on my Facebook page, you'd be surprised. It'd be guys his same age, boomers, on there, triggered and butthurt about anything that is in any kind of way closely related to Donald Trump. Anything. I could say, you know what? Today's a beautiful day in Miami, Florida. Oh, you maggot. You maggot-y. Miami sucks because Trump lives there and he's going to jail and we're going to get him. It's like, sir, all I said was that it's a beautiful day. Okay, can we not just put Trump in every single thing? Good grief, get a life. But yeah, these guys out here risking their life and their freedom over their hatred for this man, trying to get in the road. It's like, sir, if you would have got hit by one of them vehicles, you would have been roadkill. You would have been ate up by vultures in 2 minutes. So let's not do that, man. You got an issue with Trump, okay? Go to the ballot box and express your grievance right there. Don't get out on the road and get slammed on your head by the Miami-Dade police officers. That ain't what you do. Is a Hamburglar dead, Griselda? R.I.P. Hamburglar, if that's so. But yeah, shout out to your man out there getting slammed on the ground at age 65 because he has Trump derangement syndrome. That's crazy. If you get locked up and they ask you, hey, what are you in for? Man, I got TDS real bad. And I just had to go out there and block the Trump motorcade. Man, that's crazy. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. And was there more? Oh, yeah, this one was funny. So speaking of Miami and Florida and political stuff, so the Tony Awards happened recently, and a black actress by the name of Denée Benton presented an award. Now, I don't know anything about Broadway. I don't know anything about the Tony Awards, really. I see that it comes on sometimes, but I'm not really a fan to watch it like that. But so Denée Benton, she referred to your man DeSantis as a Klan member. Let me see if I can find that video right quick. But, you know, this is so common. I already know the play behind it before I see it. I can already call it. As soon as I saw I didn't even see anything else. I just saw a black actress and calling the white man a racist. Already knew what it was. Instantly, I knew right what it was. I knew that there was going to be a white man in her closet, ready to jump out. Like, ha, surprise, I'm here. So let's check it out right here. So Danae Benton, she's an actress on Broadway. Again, I'm not a Broadway guy, so I don't know too much about her at all. Never seen her before a damn off until just recently. She presented an award and called DeSantis a Klan member. All right, let's check it out. RP headphone users, sorry about the loud noise.
Hi, I'm Danae Benton, actor, thank you, and proud CMU alum.
Now, I got to pause it a little bit because of copyright. I know how they do. But CMU is Carnegie Mellon University, Carnegie Mellon. And her parents are well-to-do. Her father owns a lot of restaurants in the country. So this is a person from privilege, just to let you know what's going on for background sake.
Earlier tonight, CMU and the Tony Awards presented the 2023 Excellence in Theater Education Award. And while I am certain that the current governor of my home state of Florida will be changing.
Okay, so we got quite a few things going on. First of all, we got the white power symbol going on, right? Ain't that what they said? If it was a white guy doing that, that's white power. Anyway, then she says that the governor of Florida is a grand wizard, saying that he's a Klan member, right? Of her home state where she lives right now, and had her wedding there in 2020 because they were open, right? So, okay, you're from Winter Park, Florida. You had your wedding in 2020 because it was open with no restrictions, and you still live there right now. But for some reason, your governor is a Klan member. If that's the case, I can't tell. Why did you get married in Florida under that governor? Why do you still live there? You got plenty of money. So does your husband. Why are you still in Florida? But whatever. But when she said that, I already knew what was going on. I knew where this is where this is headed.
Changing. please.
Now, and the crowd goes wild, right? And the crowd, as I pointed out in my earlier video, 80-90% white. They're going wild over that. Okay, so you're talking about this whole narrative of the white man being a racist. It comes from a lot of your white liberals. They'll be the main ones that say it. They say, oh, I hate white people. But you're white, ain't you? Yeah, but I don't count. Oh, okay, cool.
I am sure that he will be changing the name of this following town immediately. We were honored to present this award to the truly incredible and life.
Now, I ain't gonna play the whole thing because of copyright. It might try to get me, but there's a place called South Plantation, Florida. So they get ready to get mentioned right here in the award. Let's go ahead and play the rest of that. I think I kind of paused enough.
Changing Jason Zembick Young, enhancing the lives of students at South Plantation High School in Plantation, Florida.
Yeah, so Plantation, Florida. So you know what? As I said in my video, I think that this particular place was chosen for that award, and the joke or the little quip about DeSantis was made to try and tie him to being a racist. You see what I'm saying? They could have given the award to anybody, but they said, okay, let's give it to Plantation, Florida, because we're going to try to tie DeSantis into a plantation owner or a slave master or whatever. If they did that on purpose, I wouldn't be surprised if they did it on purpose. I would not be surprised at all. Okay, but that's that. But like I said, when I read the headline, I already knew what was going on. I already knew what was happening. And here's my tweet it's kind of gone viral. I got like 2.6 million views on that. My tweet says, all white men are racist except for my husband, never fails. That's her right there getting married in Florida in 2020 during this pandemic when Florida was open to her white man. Now, personally, I don't care who you get married to. You want to get married to black, white, Puerto Rican, Canadian, strike, don't really matter to me. Get married to whoever you want to get married to. As long as they cool with it, as long as the person you getting married to is cool with it and you cool with it, I'm cool with it. If you like it, I love it. I don't care what kind of combination you got going on. If you found love, then bravo. Hats off to you. I don't care about no color stuff. Okay? I don't care. But she's the one that called DeSantis a Klan member. Now, the reason why is because he's a white male who she doesn't like. So you're a racist automatically. But you have a racist view towards the white man. But when it comes to your white man, oh, that don't really count. Just like the whites in the audience clapping, if you ask them about how bad the white man is and all this and that, oh, he's evil, he's racist, he's hateful, but not me. I'm cool. Not my husband and my kids. We're cool. Same thing. Don Lemon, he had a whole piece on CNN talking about how dangerous the white man is. Meanwhile, he's married to a white man. Same thing with what's your man name? It was one guy. I don't want to say the wrong name. Another LGBT black man, married to a white man, said the exact same thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find him right quick. I think I know his name. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Kind of a smaller dude. What is that man's name? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all might have it in the in the chat. But yeah, they always do this. I'm gonna find him right quick. LGBT black male news anchor. Don Lemon, of course, is one. Let me see. I'm gonna find that guy. Y'all please give me a hand. Not Don Lemon. We already got that one. There's another one. Not Billy Porter. That's just an entertainer. Obama, yeah, that might be one of them right there, but he's not a news anchor. What is this guy's name? I know who I'm talking about, and I'll see him eventually on my TV screen or somewhere else. Is his name Jonathan or something Jonathan or something that's like that, but that's not quite his name. Why can't I find this guy anywhere? All right. Anyway, I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. News Network, I think he's on K-Part. Thank you, backup. Jonathan K-Part. Yep, that's him. Another one. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find the article I'm talking about. And then I keep on moving here. There we go. Here's something right here. This is an article from 2018. Jonathan Capehart, hell hath no fury like an entitled white man denied. Now, would that be an article that writes about the black man? He would not do that about the black man, but you could do that about the white man, right? Because that's just what it is. You're racist. But then, hold on. Let's check it out though. Let's check it out. The same guy who wrote that article. Oh, that got crazy. They got kissing. I don't want to see the kissing pictures. We don't gotta do all that. Yeah, we ain't gonna do all that extra stuff. That's a little bit too much. This is PG-13 show. We don't got time for that. So, oh, there they go. So wait a minute. Let's do a little bit of a juxtaposition. So here's Jonathan Capehart writing an article about the white man, right? And then right here, boom, that's him and his husband. I mean, howdy doody. You can't get no more white than this. You talking about like if you were to put white guy in the dictionary, it'd be him. Look at that hairstyle. That hairstyle is beautiful. I'm talking about straight out of the Barbie box. If you got an action figure and it was Captain Do-Right, it'd be him right there. That's your husband. But yet the white man is so bad and evil. It's ridiculous, man. They always project like that. It's also kind of, I got to overcompensate because I got to be blackity black because I'm married to this white man. You a LGBT dude married to a white man, then say how bad the white man is. It's always like that. Every single time. It never fails. So that's why when I saw that headline about the Broadway actress, I already knew what it was. I already knew. I had never seen her before in my life. Didn't know who she was. Didn't know she was married. Didn't know if she had kids. But I knew what I was looking for. And when I found her, I'm like, yep, there it is. There it is. All the time. Karine Jean-Pierre, same thing. Karine Jean-Pierre is married to Suzanne Malveaux from CNN. Did you know that? Hold on. Matter of fact, and speaking of Karine Jean-Pierre, she might get in trouble because of the MAGA Republicans comments. But Karine Jean-Pierre, Suzanne Malveaux. Yeah. And what's funny is that isn't Suzanne Malveaux of French descent and Karine Jean-Pierre is Haitian? That's funny as well. That is, you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this up. So the French and the Haitians will get back together. They have reunified in love. The French and the Haitians are back together in love. Oh, Toussaint Louverture and the revolution, don't worry about that. The reparations and the tax that Haiti paid to France, don't worry about that, because now we're back together and we're in love. And we're in love. So yeah, shout out to Suzanne Malveaux and Karine Jean-Pierre. It's a power couple right there, ain't it? And why is it always, when you're talking about like politics and the news media, they're always some kind of way related or in a relationship or something. Okay, you have Andrew Cuomo, when he was on CNN, his brother was the governor of New York. You had Chris Cuomo on CNN and Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York. There's all kind of little connections like this all over the place. Okay, you're in the federal government, just like the thing with Trump going on right now. So I think the prosecutor is married to a Biden donor. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Hold on, let me just look at that right quick. Let me just look at that right quick, right? So, let me see. Husband to a Biden. Yeah, I'm gonna find that right quick. Husband, Biden donor. Okay, yeah. So there we go. Now let me go to Breitbart. Let's close that right quick. So, me special prosecutor, special counsel Jack Smith. Jack Smith is prosecutor of president's husband of a Biden donor. That's him. Okay, Jack Smith. Special counsel Jack Smith, who is heading up the classified documents case against former President Donald Trump, has a history of charging political leaders, including former Kosovo President Hashim Thaki. Kosovo? Like, are you from there? Like, what's going on with that? Anyway, the former acting director of national security during the Trump administration, Richard Grenell, contends Smith's charging of, I can't pronounce that name, was politically driven. The DOJ on Friday unsealed its, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Smith is a Harvard law grad who embarked on a career in et cetera. Let's not read everything here. But yeah, he is a guy. Hold on. Rick Grenell says Jack Smith's actions to indict and imprison a 20-year-old accusation simply because President Thaki was negotiating a big agreement that would end Jack's cushy job as a scandal. You cannot call yourself a journalist and ignore Jack's immoral behavior for personal gain. All right. So there you have it. There's all kind of little connections like that, right? All kind of little connections going on all over DC. And that's a swamp. And I think when Trump's talking about draining the swamp, that's a bigger action than what he may really understand. It's a bigger action because the swamp goes so deep. It's not just a pond. It is an ocean. It is the Marianas Trench type deep. It goes very deep and it expands out wide over a very big area. It's not even a swamp. It's an ocean. It's the Indian Ocean. Just wide open, nothing. It's wide open, no land, all water, all deep, everywhere. Like the ocean is so big and deep, when a plane crashes, a jumbo jet, you can't find it. That's where they lost that plane from Malaysia down there in the Indian Ocean. They couldn't find it. It's just too much space to search. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. That's right, Joshua. It's a lot bigger than Olympus Mines for sure. It's really crazy because the swamp goes so deep. We're talking about judges, local, federal, employees, people that are just around, interns, everything, man. It just gets so deep. the surface level is politicians get elected. That's a surface. Your senators, your governors, your mayor, that's surface. Then it goes deeper than that. And that's part of the reason why I think the government has gotten way too big on the federal level. It shouldn't be this deep. They should be playing the background to do things that you don't really see every day. They should be doing that rather than being involved in your everyday life. That shouldn't be going on at all. Drick says, bottomless cesspool. I agree with that. 100%. 1,000%. All right. Let's keep on rocking here. We got super chats to get to. Then we're going to get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. We'll get to that in just a moment. Y'all please hang tight. Super chats on that right quick. Then I get to the calls. Thank you to Hunter Haas, who says, how's it going, ABL? Glad to be back from Arizona. Shout out to you, man. Everything's going good with me. Thank you to Kai's Parchments, who says, you're ultra MAGA if you drive a Hennessy Camaro, AB. Also, he says, AB, this country is done unless we stop this heresy. Also, hanging the pride flag over the U.S. flag is a felony. It should be a felony. Thank you to FRNG Xbox, who says, your sexual preferences are none of my business. Exactly. Thank you to Aaron Bethay, who says, I thought inappropriate behavior on federal grounds would get people locked up J6 style. That's what I thought too, huh? But hey, you know, it wouldn't be appropriate to bring charges because we don't have prior precedent, right? Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what they say? Anyway, where's DOJ at? This is clear Banana Republic behavior. We have a fallen republic on our plate. I'm with you, man. Thank you to William Scott Jr., who says our Democratic governor in Louisiana is attempting to veto 3 anti-LGBTQ bills passed by Republican legislature. Well, can they override the governor and get that through anyway? We'll see how that works. Thank you to Air to the Ron, who says lip filler, BBL, ab implants, chips in your palms are all part of the transformer arc of transhumanism. At least get by in the Neuralink. Exactly. Yeah, fix that brain right quick. Thank you to William Scott Jr., who says the bills would block gender and identity in the classroom. Schools, employees can ignore the kids' request to be called by pronouns, even if the kids have the parents' permission, and block surgeries. It's crazy. Thank you to Boomhauer, who says, happy birthday to 45 and 47, Mr. Donald Trump. Such a coincidence, he was born on Flag Day. This court battle is a nothing burger. Head with the burger and a U.S. flag. Thank you for that, man. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you to Aaron Bethay, who says Obama needs to be investigated regarding the Biden documents. Either Obama delegated the class authority to Biden or Biden mishandled the documents. He should be involved in that. But again, they do whatever they want to do when it comes to people that they are cool with. If you're on the same page, you're on the same team, then it's okay. But when you're not, then it's a problem. Thank you to Brock K. MIT, who says they needed to cover up Biden's bribery, which came out on the same day. Yeah, talking about the whole thing with Burisma, right? Thank you to Joe84, who says, did you know that Brother Malcolm warned of the white liberal? Of course, because it seems that all the problems stem from the liberal policies. That's 100% correct. Thank you to A. Cano, who says, you know I love you, brother, but I hate sticking around for the calls. Great show. Thank you, man. I definitely appreciate you. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Let's go ahead and get into the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Let's go ahead and get it rocking and rolling. There's also an email in the description. If you are having a hard time getting it, it's not my fault. Please blame the white man. Y'all know how I do. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. And let me just get my sound together. Y'all give me a second. Or it might be good. Hold on. All right, let's try this. 318, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to? All right, hold on. Give me a second, caller. Can you hear me, caller 318?
You can hear me?
I hear you well.
Hey, this is William from Louisiana. How are you?
It's all good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, they can override that. They can override his decision. They got Republicans. They got majority on both sides.
Oh, okay. So that's good then, because that's going to be a problem if you can't override it. If they can just have the majority in the government, but then you got the one guy trying to block it. Yeah, so I'm glad they can override that. But it's a shame that the governor doesn't want to abide by what his constituents want. That's not good. That's not good governance.
Well, our governor, he calls himself a Christian, and but during COVID, he was the first thing he shut down during COVID was the churches. But yeah, he kept Walmart and Dollar Tree and all of them open, the clubs and all that. But he made it seem like you can just get COVID in the church.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's obvious. He's just trying to, he's telling you what's important. The money's important, but the church is not so important. So that right there, to me, seems like a fake Christian, if anything.
And then one more thing. Plus, I remember during COVID, during our church, my apostle, he kept his church open because he was abiding by the rules where you only had to have about 15 people in the church. And so what he did was he'll have like 15 people that he'll preach to in the front, and then the next 15 come from the back. So somebody, I don't know if it was some kind of leftist or what, but they called the police on us, talking about we had 50 people in the church.
Wow, that's crazy. That's totally crazy. And it's like for what though? What's even the point of that?
I don't know. I guess they just hate the fact that we was just having church, but the policeman came in and said, "Man, ain't no 50 people in this church. Y'all keep having church."
That's what I'm talking about. Perfect.
But thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right, shout out to the caller. Great call. And you guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Let's keep on rocking here. 860, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to? All right, give me a second. I'm having a problem with my stuff. Can you hear me now? 860, hello. Okay, maybe it's me. Let's try that one more time. All right, it came in 470. You're on the line.
Right. Go ahead and get into it.
Well, her cat was named Vagina.
ABL. You know what that was from, sir.
Yeah.
That was from the town hall meeting.
Yeah, talking about E. Jean Carroll and Trump. Do you know that she's trying to go back and revise the settlement because of what he said during the town hall?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's trying to get the judge to revise it and give her more money.
Oh, she already get $5 million, right?
Now she wants 10.
Oh, wow. Why not $20 million?
Right.
By the way, this is Greg from Wild and Wacky Atlanta. I just thought I'd let you know up front in case you don't know by now.
Right on.
Where anything can happen at any time. So, yeah, it's been pretty calm here in Atlanta. No shootings lately or anything like that. No kidnappings. Haven't got set in fire today or carjacked or molested. So it's been a good day.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. Yeah, I'm so glad Trump was found innocent, because he is innocent, So, yeah, they are trying to take him down. And one day before his birthday, too, with the court trial.
Very spiteful, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I knew right away when I heard it's going to be the day before his birthday. I'm like, that's exactly what they're trying to do, is to give him a bad birthday to, make him all anxious and worried.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the big day, but he prevailed as always, and it's going to lead us to victory. So, but wow, hey, the flag thing, flanking the two American flags in between a gay flag, at the White House over the past weekend. Yeah, that is really damn rude and disrespectful, and that has no place there. Everybody talks about burning the American flag. I know since like July 1989, I've noticed this big anti-Americanism, and it's gotten revived since 2015 with burning the flag. But what if we burn the gay flag? It's just a freedom of expression, right?
Exactly. Now, but see, if you do something like that, all of a sudden you got hate speech and everything else. But if it's the other way around, then not so much. It's weird.
Well, why can't I punch somebody for burning the American flag? That's my freedom of expression, right? Is it not?
It should be.
I went to Latvia back in 2018, and we started talking to some young people in their mid-20s, and I said to this lady, she was asked about America. I said, well, they burn the flag back in America. They say they hate America. They want communism. You know, these are radical leftists. And I said, what happens if you were to burn the Latvian flag in Latvia? She says, oh, you go to jail.
Yeah.
Without hesitation. And I think that's good. You know, at least 2 years in jail. Maybe some hard labor involved to teach you a little damn respect for America.
Right,
But
hear you.
that's just my opinion.
Nah, it makes sense to me.
But anyway, about one last thing before I let you go, about these liberals that black liberals that talk about hating white men. This lady, what's her name? That actress, Benton? Benton?
Yeah, Danae Benton.
Yeah, called DeSantis a Klan member, or Ku Klux Klan wizard, actually, I think she said. And then turns out she has a white boyfriend. Like, yeah, it's so funny. I'm like, what hypocrites, you know? And all the people you pointed out a couple of days ago that were black, but they had white boyfriends or girlfriends, you know, I'm like, you know, Cortez has a white boyfriend, but she hates white people.
Always.
All the other white people are bad except for their lovers. And then all of a sudden it's different, you know?
Exactly. It's crazy.
So anyway, that's all I have for you today, man. Take care. And, hey, if you see me in Atlanta, I've got a 99 Honda Accord with a Trump, Make America Great Again bumper sticker on there. And beneath it, a Ultra MAGA bumper sticker. It gets the leftist ultra pissed. So if you see me, a silver Honda 99 Accord with those bumper stickers on there, honk at me 3 times and wave.
I got you.
All right, man. Take care.
Same to you
Trump
now.
2024, man.
Right on.
Make America great again. See you. Bye.
All right, great call. And you guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. You know what to do. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. 504, you're online. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. It's Alien Spaceship.
All righty.
All right. So I wanted to mention something from last week really quick, and I'll get to the other stuff I was going to say. So with the alien sighting that happened, I do think it is interesting that the people didn't present the information or that wasn't seen. But I do think that it is possible that it may have been an alien sighting.
Okay.
And I do think that with the government, they do like to do censorship with people. And with these alien crafts and things, it might be kind of different than things that we're familiar with. But it could still be some kind of government experiment, or it could be people doing things for attention. But I just want to say that, yeah, I think it could be, but it could go either way, though.
It definitely could be. You know, I mean, I think the main thing would be once we get some video, some pictures, we can really start to dig into it. But a lot of these sightings, it's like we don't have what we need to really just look at it and be like, okay, this is something.
Right. Yes. And also I was thinking basically with the flag thing in the White House was really ridiculous, because they're doing all these perverted things there, and they're taking the British flag from the British people, and it's like a giant invasion, like what the Nazis did or what the communists did in Russia especially. And I think that this is an invasion.
Oh, definitely. It's pretty clear. And the problem is that we're just allowing it to take place, which should not be going on, clearly. Yeah,
and also with the schools and the different things. I was seeing something on social media, on YouTube really, where they had these kids that were doing these pride parade in their school, and in a public school. And I think they're indoctrinating the children, and I think that it's really taken over, and it needs to be stopped, because like the other caller was talking about, how the American flag is being hated on, and people are burning it and stuff, especially Antifa, and they're attacking different religious groups, all because they're against this LGBTQ thing. Because in communism, they want an atheistic state.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely it, because without religion, you can control people. You can insert your own religion there without religion.
Right. And I was watching this. There was a recent interview. I forgot the guy's name, but he's a Middle Eastern guy. He did his own interview with Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate was saying about how the wokeism and stuff, like if they say they're atheists, the wokeism is like a religion. The liberalism is like a religion. So I do believe that these people, their religion is like being a leftist.
Oh yeah, that's the religion. That's that's when you don't have a religion. We don't have anything to really base yourself on. You just can switch to that, and then you pretty much act that out. Which is why they're so passionate. Which is why the guy was out there trying to block the Trump motorcade in Miami in his old age, getting slammed to the ground by the police because he was so passionate about that because that's his religion, being anti-Trump.
Right, and I think that many of us have discussed that the Democrats, there's different factions of them, and that some of them do seem to be a reverse psychology thing to get the black people and all this backwards into the 1800s and before that, because the black guy was wearing this thing from like after the slavery was over with, and they want them to like be like that again when they're doing it, like they're pretending to be their friend, but they're really not their friend.
Right on.
Right. And especially these actors and actresses that are trying to associate DeSantis and people with racism, like Trump, especially. And I think that they're really racist ones that are trying to stir up the people to be against each other, and that they're anti-white and they're anti-black too.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And also I'll say about the Trump thing, I think it's just really disgraceful that our country has gone this way and that this corruption was able to take over. And America needs to, something does need to be done with the elections and stuff where this doesn't keep on happening, because it's terrible what they're doing to him, especially on his birthday.
Yeah, it's really terrible. And, it's all done out of spite, and it's it's an attempt to keep him out of the way so he can be tied up with court action and not be on the campaign trail as much as he should be on the campaign trail.
Right. Because I think if like Trump went against Biden, Trump would win by a landslide, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be I think it'd definitely be, it give him a run for his money. And I think that the people that are in power, they understand that, especially with what's going on right now with the country. Biden doesn't look too good. Yeah, it'd be a problem.
Right. And I think that especially like everybody like that voted for these things, they're not getting what they want. Like the black people don't feel like they're getting what they're wanting. So you showed some videos before about how they're complaining about him, and everybody's stuff is going up. And people that I've talked to, black people that I've talked to, are starting to wake up to this and see that like the president and all the immigration's coming in, and it's not really what they thought it was, and that it's going in a bad direction.
Yeah, definitely. And the next thing is, okay, if you see things aren't going the right way, you need to vote a different way, and then maybe you get some changes.
Right. And I also think that they want to control the youth, and that's why they're attacking the children with the LGBTQ stuff, and also the college kids too. Like those are two sensitive groups.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
And I think like they don't want people to learn skills and stuff that would help them make themselves financially independent either.
Nah, not at all. That's not what but a lot of things, if you have tools to be able to do things on your own and you don't need outside help, then you're harder to control. Mm-hmm. When you need the government to depend on, it's easy to control you.
Right. And sometimes I'm not too familiar with a certain topic about the elections. Like, why do the Democrats accuse our side of that we're trying to hinder the black people's votes?
You said why are they doing that?
Yeah, like what are they like? What do they think we're doing? Because we're not doing what they're thinking we're doing. So I feel the black people have their rights to vote and stuff, but they say we're trying to take it away from them. Stupid.
Well, it's just lies. It's really not too much. It's just them lying, making up stuff, because if they're able to get that lie out there and make it be believable, then that's a way for them to just persuade them to not vote for the other side, to not think about anybody else. It's like, nah, just don't go over there. Just continue to vote for us. That's it's kind of like what's going on right now with Ron DeSantis, and they say that he's trying to block Black History Month classes. It's not what's going on, but if they keep pushing that, a lot of people will believe it. So then when you say, hey, I'm voting for DeSantis, they'll say, well, he's trying to block Black history, but that's not happening. But if they believe it, then they're going to believe it.
Right. And I believe that Black history is American history.
Right on.
Right. And one more thing I'll say before I go is that there is this, have you heard of a myth, like a folklore legend of something called the Mothman?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. Peach sent me this, a picture from one of her friends that had this thing in a tree that was taken by a tree cam, and it looks similar to that thing. And I think I could send it to you. And it could be, I think it's real, and the people think it's real also. So that was something learned I knew about, and that's about supernatural stuff.
Well, hey, man, sounds interesting, man. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye.
All right. Shout out to my man for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. Thank you all for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. All righty. Let me keep on rocking here. Let's go to (909). You're on line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Terry from California.
All righty. What's going on?
Do you know last Saturday on your show that I think John Voight called in?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he did, though. Yeah, I think it was him. Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to talk about the dispensaries because we have them here in California. And I just want to warn, the young people that if they go there, what they're putting in the marijuana at the dispensaries, I don't know what they're putting in it, but they're lacing it with something. And it's not good. It's terrible.
You know what I think is happening is that a lot of the marijuana that is out there today is just a lot more potent and strong than it was back in the 70s, 80s, because, like the 60s, 70s marijuana was a much lower amount of THC, the active ingredient, very low, but now it's like super high. So you getting like, it might not even be laced with something. It's just a very high level of THC to the point where you're not getting regular weed anymore. You're getting this super weed that is having different kind of consequences. It affects you differently when you smoke so much of the THC at once.
Well, like you don't even have to smoke a lot. You just have to like take one hit and you're all messed up.
Yeah, because you getting so much at once versus back in the day, it wasn't like that. You're getting a little bit. Like I think the old school weed might have been 5-6% THC. Now you get 30, 40, 50% THC. It's just too much. It's just like drinking a glass of wine versus a glass of straight liquor. It's going to be a lot different.
That's true too, yeah. But I just think you're better off staying away from those dispensaries because they're bad.
I hear you.
Okay, so I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for your call.
And let's go, Brandon.
Right on. Thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, them weeds in the dispensary, like these new weed they got out there, it ain't the same. It ain't the same weed from when you was a little kid. If you grew up smoking weed in the 60s and 70s, that weed ain't the same weed you're getting right now. These different kind of strands and brands, you getting a little bit of everything. It ain't the same no more. And then they got the synthetic, which is a whole different story. That's a whole different ball of wax right there. 512, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Yo, this is Joe. Hey man, what do you think about all these the flag code being violated and all